Welcome to Nerdschatting, movie, TV, comic chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome, everybody, to the Nerdschatting podcast. My name is Nate, and with me today is my very good friend, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Nate. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm all right. You okay?
Yeah. There's no JB here today.
Yeah, well, we don't like that joke anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
We are the Nerdschatting, and we talk about movies and TV shows and comic books and all things nerdy. And today, you will be listening to, if you carry on listening, that is, part
Three
of our Avengers Endgame review discussion.
Yes.
So we need to just give you a little bit of information.
Yes. Context is king.
This weekend, we met up with two of our very good online friends,
Yes.
podcasters.
Yes.
And made real-life friends with them.
Yes. I feel we did.
We have a Hulk, it's Chris and Nicola from there,
Yeah.
and the Jack and the Geekstalkers is Laura and Dave and Luke and Sammy. I got it all right. I'm amazing.
Did get it all
Thank
right,
you
and
very
you're not
much.
even reading from a script.
I'm not, yeah.
Well done.
Anyway, so we all got together and we all did a mega pod. We did an Avengers Assemble style podcast where we all sat around, we had an Airbnb and we had lots of drinks and we had a really fun time. However, for you, the listener, what that means is that you need to go and listen to parts 1 and 2 of this review before you listen to our review.
Yes, because then you'll get the whole...
It makes no sense. We have literally just cut it into 3.
That's correct. However, there is an incentive to do just that.
Well, there's lots of incentives. The first incentive is you get to listen to our great friends.
Absolutely,
and their
because they're
podcast.
fantastic. Yeah, or both of those guys. Both of those other podcasts are great, and you probably listened to them already, and if not, you should.
Yeah.
However, I'm saying this now, right? I'm saying this. I'm not over egging the pudding. I'm not jumping the gun. I'm allowed to say this now.
Yeah.
In each podcast that you will listen to, there is a specific word that has been inserted into that podcast. We won't tell you when it is. We won't tell you where it is.
So what do they have to do?
What do they have to do? I'm really pleased you asked, Nate, because we've just figured out what they have to do.
Yeah, we didn't pause it and
We
text
didn't
everyone
pause
at
it
all.
and text and find out at all. No. So, okay, so we are setting up a brand new Twitter account, which is called We Have Geeks Chatting. Yeah.
All of that. Hang on, wait.
We have a Hulk podcast, Jack and the Geekstalk podcast, and the Nerdschatting podcast into one Twitter account called We Have Geeks Chatting.
Just to be clear, this is for the competition and for this team up. This isn't like a permanent fixture.
It's-
Although it would be fun if it's a permanent fixture.
Would be fun.
But it's just... It's for
just
this.
going to be for this competition. There'll probably be a pinned tweet on that account that tells people what to do, or a pinned thread on that account that tells people what to do.
I feel like we're overcomplicating it,
No,
like
it's
we
gonna
always
be,
do.
It's absolutely going to be fine. It's absolutely going to be fine.
Just message this account. The account that we're telling you about.
Yes, we have Geeks Chatting. DM that account. You'll have to follow it, and we might have to follow you back, or we'll sort that out. But follow it. DM that account with the 3 keywords per podcast, and then you will win over £100 worth of pop vinyls and comic books. It probably would be UK only.
Probably.
But we'll confirm that.
We'll confirm.
Confirmed, UK entry only.
And the way that you know about these words is you basically have to listen to each part from each of the podcasts, and there will be an incredibly painfully obvious insert of that word in the middle of the conversation.
Probably with lots of laughing around it and all sorts. Yeah.
We'll be like saying, I really like the bit when, and then suddenly it will go,
Our word.
our word, and then there'll be something more laughter and chatter. We're badly editing in, but purposely badly editing in. I
think
feel like I'm
that's-
rambling now.
That's fine. That's okay. That's what we do.
Good.
That's what we do.
Okay.
Should we just very quickly, before we get into it, before you get into that part of the podcast, should we just say what a great time we had?
Oh my God,
Because
yeah.
we had a great time, didn't
Yeah.
we? It was fantastic, right? We need to do it again
Yeah.
and bring JB.
I feel like there's room to expand it.
I feel the same. Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like it was a really good test bed for a just genuinely fantastic experience. The film almost got in the way for me.
Okay.
Like,
People shouldn't listen to that, though, as your review of the
no,
film.
no,
right?
absolutely. We'll talk about that after we've inserted in the
bits,
actual review
yes.
bit. We'll talk about it at the end of this podcast. We'll maybe do a little summary. But just in terms of how much fun we had, and I hope that comes across in the actual podcast, or all 3 podcasts. I hope you can tell that all the groups of people, all of us got on so well. That I think there's room for more of our online friends to become real life friends.
Definitely,
and
yeah, certainly.
Perhaps we should think about maybe setting something up.
Sure. I vote that you do it next time because I did it this time and it wasn't difficult because everyone was very easy to get on.
Because they're
get along
great,
with,
yeah.
because,
Yeah.
But it was just, I felt a lot of pressure setting up the Airbnb and I don't ever want to do that again.
Cool. I know. I was. Okay. Yeah. That's the sort of thing I was thinking we'd do. It was great fun. So we've rambled enough, and hopefully, what you've done now is either already listened to the other 2 podcasts.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, pause now, go and download the other 2 podcasts, or get them from your podcast playing application.
Or we'll link them below.
We will definitely link them below. So
Yeah.
go and listen to parts 1 and 2, please.
It's Jack and the Geeks Talk first.
Yep.
Then it's We Have a Hulk podcast.
Yep.
Then it's us.
And if it's not that, you can't blame us. We didn't say anything.
Correct. It was split into. It was one great big recording split into 3.
Yeah.
It's only like 25 minutes per.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half total, roundabout.
And we'll try and convince the other podcasts as well to do timestamps so you can see where to get to the specific podcast. Although you might want to listen to the whole thing, otherwise you might not be able to enter into the competition.
No, you will need
the
to listen to the
UK
whole
only
thing.
competition to win over £100 worth of pop vinyls and comic books.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I might enter myself. I'm going to create a separate Twitter account.
You're going to enter yourself. You're going to turn yourself into like a digital code, and you're going to
I'm gonna
post
enter
yourself
myself.
into
Yes.
Twitter, into
Correct.
a DM.
Yes.
How would that manifest itself? As like an emoji of you, but then you'd have words coming out of that emoji of
I've
you.
completely lost control of this conversation.
You
and
have
where it's
it.
going.
Yeah, we went all Tron on it a little bit. Yeah, but that's
Well, I would
okay.
have gone Matrix, but sure, if you want to be an 80s boy, you can say Tron. That's
Yeah,
fine.
good.
Okay.
I'm going to put in the podcast right now, like the edit here. So, part 3 starting now. Enjoy.
With a brand new series with the Eternals, or a brand new movie with the Eternals, and not a lot of people know about these guys.
No.
If you go into that knowing that, well, they're not going to actually interact with anything, they're not going to meet Tony Stark, they're not going to meet Cap, is that going to be enough for people to jump on board with those characters and just invest in them like they have done with the MCU for the last 11 years?
Well, I think that logo of Marvel Studios has the pull. These
Think that's
days.
enough of the
I think
powerful
it's
pull?
I think it's enough now
Yeah.
that people will go and see it.
Well, we had Iron Fist and Nick Cage.
Yeah, I think
I was
it's
going to
Sure.
say, yeah, we've had some
Sorry,
real
sorry.
duds.
No, I agree, but I mean in terms of cinema releases,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
General audiences, not like massive nerds like us, as I think we all agree, will still go and see a movie
Sure,
that has
but
the
how
Marvel.
many times? Like,
Yeah.
if it's not a good movie,
Agreed.
how many
It's
times
true.
will they keep
Sure.
it?
But
They have to start it again strong if
Is
they're
it?
going to.
Yeah. Shang-Chi? Is that another
Shang-Chi,
one?
yeah.
Shang-Chi. Yeah. I think they're just going to go for like more obscure ones now, right? And maybe that's the right.
You know, I think
But as you were saying, like, if they don't interlink, then what's the kind of point?
Yeah.
I don't know.
well,
Yeah,
maybe-
we've had like a structure now, haven't we,
Yeah.
for 11 years, and it's what they do next. It's exciting,
they said
scary,
they're going to go
exciting.
a different angle now. not
Yeah,
really
Feige did
famous.
say that, didn't he? Yeah.
Maybe they're going to have some of the characters that are left introducing other characters, because I think Namor's been rumoured for Doctor Strange 2.
I'd love Namor to come into it.
So if that's introducing him, then he can span off into his own one, and the Eternals will probably end up in a trilogy of some kind, because there's so many characters in the Eternals.
Of course, they've got all the Fox characters back
So
now as well.
maybe
So
they
they've got
don't know what
Fantastic
they're doing.
Four, they've
Yeah.
got X-Men, they've got Deadpool.
They're going to have an Ultimates universe with all the other characters now, aren't they?
Oh my god.
Say what?
I bet you will. So you get the Fantastic Four back, and you'll not necessarily have a Tony Stark, but you'll have an Iron Man or character like. But then you'll have a Fantastic Four, and then you'll have Wolverine joining. T'Challa will be coming in. You'll probably. Well, I think that they're going to work towards some kind of Illuminati with Strange and Reed Richards and stuff like that.
I like the idea of more magical and more space stuff. Though.
Yes, I think that's
Yeah, I think that's
they're going for that now, aren't they? At the minute.
Doctor Doom potentially coming in as a villain.
Well, they rumoured that for a
Yeah.
while, didn't they? Before the exchange happened. There was
Well,
going
yeah,
to be
they
a
were
Doctor
going to
Doom
do
film.
a Doctor Doom film, weren't
Yeah,
they?
and then that binned.
That's such a shame.
I just think you sort of have to have faith in them. Look at what they've just done over 11 years. They've played the long game. They've thought it out. Like when we started, I can remember seeing Iron Man 1 and coming out of that and saying to you, at some point they're going to do a Captain America film. Like that seemed like the end goal. Like a Captain America film.
Yeah.
Look what we just sat down and watched
Yeah.
and what we've had all this time of. Like you just have to have faith that
Yeah.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, they've got their shit together.
Feige really knows what he's doing. He really does love the comic books. You can tell that from just like when he talks about stuff and what he wants to do, and he really cares about what the fans want, which is It's a really nice feeling, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's not just about the money, because clearly it is about the money.
Yeah.
But
But if you give the
If
fans
you're
what you
gonna-
want, you're going to get their money.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It annoys me when people throw that as a criticism, actually, that, it's just fan service.
Yeah,
fucking
what's
right
wrong
it
with
is.
that?
Give us what we want to
Guess
see.
what? There's a lot of fans
They're
out there.
using
Yeah.
the oldest line in promoting show business: give the people what they
They
want.
want.
Yeah.
And they've done it, and look what they've
I
done.
think Endgame did that
Yeah, it really did.
in spades.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get a Disney Marvel produced Gambit movie?
No.
No, give it up. It ain't happening.
I hope not. I
Jack
really
the
hope not.
Geekstalk produced Gambit movie.
I'd be in it.
Yeah.
No, that's what we're going to do.
Channing
Okay.
Tatum's still attached.
I will sit here and say right now, I would watch a Gambit movie, but not with Channing Tatum in it.
I will never watch a Gambit movie.
You
Challenge
see,
accepted.
Gambit is an interesting character.
He's a
Yeah.
magician.
He's got some.
Yeah,
Well,
some magicians.
You need Rose
Not a
there,
real
though,
job.
as well. Though.
Yeah, Rogue
Sure,
has to be
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But proper Rogue, not the X-Men Rogue we've had so far.
I mean, take the name Rogue out there and just like put any other X-Men in there. You know, proper Cyclops, proper. You know.
X-Men.
I'm talking not like 90s animated X-Men
Yeah.
Rogue.
yeah.
But you
She
could
can
do that
fly.
now with
She
Captain
wears a
Marvel.
green suit with a brown leather jacket and all
Yeah.
that sort of
Do
thing.
that in Captain Marvel too.
Yeah.
Like have Captain Marvel like go into a coma at the end and have a character
Rogue
like
Shark.
Rogue Shark.
Yeah. I'd do it.
Well, didn't Captain Marvel end up with the X-Men for a little while? At some point, I think.
I don't know. Possibly.
One of the
There's so
iterations.
many comics.
There's so much. I'm not sure.
There's
I
so
know
much content.
Mr. Sunday Movies did a Caravan of Garbage thing about Captain Marvel and being with the X-Men in the animated show and Rogue sort of stealing her powers or something. Oh, that was weird.
But Mystique's a bad guy there, and you can't. It doesn't matter.
Nothing matters. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
also Rogue's mum. Oh no, she's Nightcrawler's mum and Rogue's stepmom,
Yeah.
adoptive mum.
We're getting into time travel conversations again.
One death that we sort of got to, but then didn't get to the other death for was Thanos. Because obviously we talked about him getting his head chopped off.
Yes.
But then obviously he turns to dust, and that was so fucking satisfying.
It's a very fitting ending for that son of a bitch,
Because it's
isn't
a
it?
nothingness, isn't it? It's a real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had your head chopped off there, but actually you're just going to be
Nothing.
nothing. You're going to
You're
watch
just
it
nothing.
all fade to nothing.
It was a bit like Spider-Man's from Infinity War because there was a massive delay between
Yeah.
everything else going and then him going.
Well, Cap looked at him for a bit, and I thought they were going to have like a conversation. I don't know if anyone else got that vibe.
Yeah.
I was really worried they were going to do almost like a redemption type thing for a second. I thought, oh, they're not going to have some sort of like, oh, he wasn't so bad after all kind of conversation.
One
But I
thing,
don't feel like he was. Sorry.
Oh my god, he said he was going to take out the entire planet and replace it with
okay,
people who
yeah.
wouldn't know that they'd been born out of bloodshed,
I
just that they'd do what he
Well,
wanted to
that's
be
what-
I
happy.
think that shows a really good difference between older Thanos,
Yeah,
who was
that's
very
it,
much, this
yeah.
is the reason I am doing this, and he had quite sound reasoning to,
Yeah.
like, where you could kind of go, yeah, he's bad, but he has
He has a point.
pretty good
Yeah.
reasoning. To this one, him saying, I'm going to enjoy destroying you.
I
And
think-
you're like, yeah, no, okay, this is young Thanos, who just get rid of him now. Get rid of him.
Yeah. I like old. Can I just?
Yeah,
clarify?
old Thanos.
Yeah.
Old Thanos with
I like the
reason.
genocidal maniac who has reasons for his genocide.
And it shows as well in that change of how how his character was, just how good Josh Brolin was as him.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
I thought it was
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah, he is. Yeah.
That change where he says about
Yeah.
killing
But nah.
out of bloodshed or whatever
Yeah.
it was, actually really
Chilling.
chilling. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
I actually thought there was also quite a notable was the wrong word, but there was definitely a difference in the appearance of younger Thanos. And it wasn't just, I don't think, the fact he was wearing his armour. I think he just looked a little bit younger as well.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite so many lines around the
I thought
face.
he looked just slightly lighter purple.
Yeah.
I thought they did that on purpose because of the end credit scenes in previous
It's
films.
like when he started off like almost red.
Possibly,
But then I
yeah.
wondered, like you said, if it's because he was less wrinkled, if like,
Yeah, it could be,
he's
yeah.
got lighter skin because there's less like dark lines.
I thought he had a
there.
bit more of a swag about him.
A bit more of a what?
Swag.
A swag.
Like, he had a swagger.
When he was spinning his sword.
Yeah.
That was quite.
A bit more of a swagger
again,
about
what
him.
is that made of? Because how much stuff can it
Dude,
go up
it's like a
against?
helicopter sword. Leave it alone.
Bitch.
It was a very nasty looking weapon, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was glad when that got destroyed because it was
Yeah.
making me very nervous.
Do you know, when it did get destroyed, there was like a second close up on it, and I just thought, I wonder if that's going to go through someone even now it's been destroyed, because it was
Yeah,
destroyed, but
they,
it was.
they focused on it.
Yeah, there was like a massive jagged bit to the end. I was just
But
thinking,
they
oh
threw it into
no,
the-
he's not going to pick it up and
Threw it into the van, didn't
skewer
he?
someone
Yeah.
with it, is he? But he didn't. So
But coming back to the effects on Hulk, compare it to the effects on Thanos. Thanos just looked incredible.
Yeah.
Thanos
Right.
did.
There
look
was no
incredible.
point where you look at Thanos and go, "Yeah,
Oh,
that
bit
guy's not
ropey.
there." Like, yeah, absolutely. You just believe
Yeah.
there's a giant purple man there. You
It's
just,
strange, isn't it?
yeah.
But where was Goose? Everyone was speculating,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you know what? I genuinely had a thought when we were in there. That last bit where it pauses, everyone else has turned to dust, and it pauses on Thanos just before he turns. I genuinely thought we were going to get Goose just like get him with his tentacles and just like swallow him down. I was like,
Swallow him into a pocket
I
universe.
just had a weird moment of
Goose
that.
wins the whole thing.
Oh, I can imagine.
Inevitable.
Okay, what about? Have we talked about it already? I don't think we have we? Tony Stark. Right at the end?
Not really.
No.
We've kind of skirted around it. We've spoken about the funeral,
We spoke about Peter.
and we've spoken about the reactions to it, but we've not actually spoken
I
about
think it was good
it.
because it's a polar opposite to what his actual character is like. Because he barely has any words at all in that final scene
Yeah.
with him. In fact, I don't know if he utters a single word because he's so injured, and then he's just gone.
Yeah.
Whereas all the rest of the time you see him, he's always words, he's always
Talky.
quicky
Yeah.
and witty and everything like that. But then there's nothing. And he's
It's
just accepting that he's done what he needed to do.
it's beautiful with the I am inevitable, I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
And there's
he
a
finished how he started, and it's
But also Pepper
Can't talk
saying
about
to
it.
him, "You can rest now."
well, because that's earlier in the film, isn't it? Because
Yes.
he said, "I'll put a pin in it and go to bed." And she says, "But you won't be able to rest."
No, and then saying, "Okay,
So-
you can it's almost like her kind of recognising
Accepting that's
Yeah.
what you
This-
need
this-
Because
to
she
do.
says,
It's gotta
"We're
be this
okay.
way."
We're gonna be okay. You can
Yeah.
now. Everyone's gonna be okay because what you've done, you can stop."
I feel emotional.
I've gone. I started going straight away.
Did she know at that point that he wouldn't come back?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wow.
But
How
she's-
could you do that? Oh.
She's known from the beginning, right? Because as soon as she saw him in the Iron Man armor in the first one, she's really annoyed at him
And he
because
can
she says
never
that is
stop.
that he can never stop, and she says that bullet holes, and he's like, well, you know, he tries to keep it from her, but she knows at that point that he's going to get himself
This is
killed.
how
She's
thing is-
always known who
Mm.
Tony Stark
Yeah.
is.
She's loved
Always.
him anyway.
And she's loved him no matter.
The whole
The-
thing when he had the arc reactor removed from his chest, and then he destroyed the Iron Man suits. Everything was I'm going to stop, but he couldn't.
He
Yeah.
just
Couldn't stop,
he
yeah.
couldn't bring himself to do it because he needed to be that hero.
That's who he is, yeah.
You have to stop him for 5 years and having a kid and starting a family life and having the place by the lake.
He still
He's
built
still-
a suit.
Yeah,
He
he's
still
had the
built
suit,
a
he's
suit at
still
the
Iron
time,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think the difference this time is he's not put on that suit because he needed to be the hero. He's done it because the world needed him to
Yeah,
be
it
the hero. Everyone
wasn't
else
him.
needed.
The universe needed
yeah,
him to
the
be
universe
that hero.
needed him to be the hero.
The
Yeah.
at the funeral scene, the proof that Tony Stark has a heart.
Oh.
Yep, one again.
Just yeah. But I feel like he kept saying, didn't he, about if I do it again, I might not come back this time. And I think it was almost like, I know if I walk into this, I'm
It's
done.
right.
I know this is it for me.
It was so good to see him because obviously he started it, and to see him go from that kind of selfish.
Yeah, he had
Guy.
a full arc, didn't
He
he?
had an
Yeah.
amazing
A lot
arc,
of
and
growth.
yeah,
If
And-
you just watched like all the Iron Man films, then Infinity War, then this, like just the growth in that, like if you just watched Iron Man 1 and what he was like in that first kind of scene where he's in that casino where War Machine looks a bit different. You know, where he's in that casino being jackass to what he ends up as. It's just such. It's not just fitting for the character and for what they've done, but it's also really. It felt really fitting, like for Robert Downey.
Yeah, I was
Jr.
just about to say. I feel
Yeah.
like I just want to write a massive thank you letter to Robert Downey Jr. for
Like he-
everything.
He's done by the way that he served that character.
Yeah.
He's done so
We
well
said
for this
that,
whole
didn't we?
universe.
He's always been the perfect Tony
Yeah.
Stark, and he's always been the perfect Iron Man. And if he hadn't have nailed it when Iron Man came out, then we wouldn't have the MCU as we know it. So we kind of owe
Owe it to him.
everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be all sat here talking about it if we. I'm gonna get really emotional. if he hadn't have utterly nailed
How
it.
many times has he played him?
He's been the most.
3 Iron Mans, right?
3 Iron Man,
Incredible Hulk.
4 Avengers films and Civil War.
He's in the Incredible.
But then he was
Oh,
in
and
two
he's in
post-credits
Spider-Man.
as well.
Post-credit.
Oh, and Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
10.
So he,
Bloody hell,
we listened to a podcast, Empire Film Podcast, and
Yeah.
he was the most. He appeared in the most
Most
things,
films.
but actually Nick Fury's now overtaken him by one film.
Because of post-credit sequences.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
I don't know if you should allow for post-credit scenes,
Yeah.
really, but okay, fine, whatever.
But still, it's part of it.
But over all of those films, yeah, he's gone from super mega jerk to superhero.
Super mega jerk who still sacrificed himself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
who is slightly. I know this is probably going to be a bit controversial, but it's maybe a little bit more worthy than Cap, because Cap's always been like
I feel like Cap had a
selfless
lot of
and
growth
amazing.
as well. Actually,
Well, yeah,
through the-
true, but
Okay, you
still-
mean Cap
Civil
was
War
always a
and
good
Yeah,
guy.
exactly,
At heart,
whereas-
he was always that good man, whereas
Yeah.
Iron Man, Tony had to
Go
learn
yeah.
to be that
He
and
almost
grow
went the other
into
way.
it.
Like he
Yeah.
started to rebel more.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
America.
I am just a mess.
I
now.
think with Cap that was important because I think to start with everything was too black and white for him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
saw the
Yeah.
world in good and evil and nothing in between,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's just not how the world is. So he needed to have that actually slight
Yeah.
lessening
Contrast.
off of
It was
his
like they
morals.
rubbed off on each other and ended
Yeah.
up somewhere
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Love letter to both of them.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was, and it was actually for Cap as well. Obviously, although he didn't die, this was the ending for him as well as a character, and it
I
was
feel
a
like
fitting end for him too.
It was a really
Yeah.
deserved ending for that
Well, what
character.
did they do to Thor then?
Yeah, I think
like,
if
they've
you,
all had 3 films, right?
Yeah, 4.
But I don't think they're done with Thor.
No.
yeah.
if you,
No, I
if you
think
uh,
Hemsworth is still he still wants in on the
Yeah,
MCU.
Yeah.
if you'd killed off more than just Tony Stark, I think it would have been too much, right?
It
So
wouldn't have meant
so
as much.
so Steve doing that
Yeah, it's
is
still
killing him off
heartbreaking.
almost, but not. You know, he doesn't have to
Yeah.
play the character anymore.
It's still
It's
sad in the fact that we don't have Chris Evans as Captain America anymore, but it's such a perfect ending for Steve
Yeah.
Rogers
Yeah.
to
The
have to
fighting.
get Peggy, because she's always been there through no matter what, she's always been there.
That's
They had their first dance.
getting too involved in the timeline.
Yes,
Again.
the dance.
Did it happen? Did it not? Did they both happen?
We're talking
We
about-
don't know.
And we all just went very quiet. Like, oh my god! Oh my god!
Dave went insane.
The time travel
But
stuff
don't
made me
know,
go
like,
weird.
they were saying about him being like a man out of time, and I like that even in his happy ending, he was still a man out of time because he was technically from the future, gone back in the past. So he was living his age when he should have been that age,
But he was.
but he
over
was
100.
technically from the future going back.
He was
Yeah.
Okay,
older,
if you
yeah.
if you went to the future by 100 years from now, 70 years, right, from now, and lived there for 10 years, would you be able to come back to now? Would
No.
you be able to live in the technology-less world that you're in now?
I think Cap did.
I think Captain, especially if you're with
His values were from
Yeah.
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
Yeah,
Peggy.
yeah, but it's the same
Peggy.
now, right? So our values are from now. If we went forward 70 years, there'd be
But Peggy.
people will be marrying their cats, right, and having cat-human babies, and everyone will be okay about it, right? It'll be yeah. That face you're pulling, Sammy, right now. Everyone will be okay with it in 100 years' time.
How could you just say?
Because it's right. Because in the 40s, no one would be okay with gay marriage, right?
But cat marriage is okay.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's a
that's
bit of a
really
bloody
bad.
leap though from
A little
not
bit
being
of a
okay
leap.
with gay marriage to suddenly marrying your
If I
cat.
go
It's
to
a little
like
different.
70 years in the future and there's cat marriage, I'm coming straight back.
You all think it's different now, but I'm saying to you that back in the 40s, you wouldn't have thought it was different.
I
One
know.
I see
cat
what you
can
mean.
speak English.
Right.
I no
yeah.
longer want to see Goose in the MCU.
But okay, so it's a stupid point, right? And because what I'm trying to do is ridicule anyone that has any homophobia. Okay, that's the point I'm
I
trying
like
to make,
it.
right?
It's a good.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that the philosophies of us
Yeah.
now would be very different to the philosophies of
Absolutely.
75 years from now.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you go and live 10 years there, and you have the technology and the philosophies, and you experience that, and then you go, no, I'm going to come back to 2019. Do you actually think you're going to be okay in 2019?
I imagine it was a bit of a adjustment period, but I imagine he also was quite honest with Peggy.
Yeah, that's
I
that
think,
was my thing.
I think
Yeah,
he would have told
okay,
her everything.
so-
So he's got like someone to cancel this out with.
Yeah, but like you're sat in your lounge and you want to know something, and you're like, I'll just get my phone out and Google it. Oh no, shit!
But he
The
was still
internet
really,
doesn't
like, he was
exist.
never great with. He never got like great with technology.
No, I guess not. Yeah.
Space internet.
Space internet.
He had that.
He had space
He had that.
internet. Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah,
just don't think he'd want to know anything. Like, I don't know.
I think he knows stuff.
I think it's almost like it's the same thing. If he's really tired, so he thinks, okay, I can have a nice life here with Peggy. That's it. He probably doesn't even leave that house. He probably just stays in that one room, like, Yep, I'm gonna say.
I just want to dance here forever.
I'm
Where
gonna
did
have
he get the shield from?
Howard.
No, he didn't.
Stark?
Howard. He would have got it from Howard.
Yeah.
But you're right, because Tony has it in the future as well, so that means that timeline didn't exist, and you're really stuck on this one, aren't you? It's like-
I can't work it out.
Stop trying.
No, because even the scene where Cap's fighting himself, there's those shields are the same shield.
But at different times.
Yeah, yeah.
They're different ages.
It's
So chaps are the same person.
like in Time Cop, you can't be in the same space as you. They turn to a gelatinous goop if you
That's
do
a
that.
different
so-
type of time travel.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my
There's,
mistake.
there's at least two.
Yeah.
I can't explain them. But,
Who else thought that Ant-Man was going to die when they blew up the Avengers?
yeah.
How
Literally
did
took
no
the
one die?
Yeah,
I thought they'd
I
all
thought someone
died.
was gonna die.
To be honest, I thought they'd killed them all. For a minute,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
shit, they just kill all of them.
Yeah,
and now they're
because-
going to get everyone from the snap come in
Exactly,
and deal
because-
with Thanos, but that's it. We've lost the lot.
Oh, no,
my God,
I
I'd still
thought
be
there'd be
upon
another.
with tears.
I thought there'd be another time travel because they've just shown us they can do time travel, so they can bring people back. So they're like, oh, we'll kill everyone.
No, once you're dead, you're dead.
It's
The
only
only
when
Maybe.
you snap.
The only way you can be brought back is if you are snapped
Snapped
out of
out of
existence.
existence.
Unless
So
you're
you
like-
get
They
snapped
destroyed
back
the
into
machine,
existence.
right, as well. In the
How does the
barrage.
mechanics behind the snap work?
And why does it have to be a snap?
Yeah.
Why can't you just imagine it?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a metaphorical thing about Gamora saying he could just snap
Yeah, so
his
did I.
fingers.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he did it, and I thought, oh, it's okay, he's doing it because that's what she said about the snap of his fingers. When Hulk did it, I was kind of like, does it have to? Can you not just like wish
Cut
really
hands
hard?
or...
Yeah.
Wasn't that not the longest snap as well?
Because you knew it wasn't going to work. You're like, yeah, okay. I'm kind of sad they didn't use the words snapping. Like, that would have been hilarious.
Okay, we are nitpicking now because it was a great movie and we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, we all loved it. That's
So
why we're doing it.
so Hawkeye as Ronin didn't last very long either, did it?
No.
That was a big I felt like in the trailers it was like, oh, it's Ronin, he's going to be a big character. No,
I
it's
have
just-
something about him actually.
Okay.
So he spends all this time going around and killing bad guys because he's pissed off that his family's dead. But he had plenty of time to sit down and get that whole sleeve done
Yes,
on
yeah,
a tattoo.
yeah, and keep that hair.
Yeah,
that way,
perfectly.
yeah. Awful
Nice
hair,
expressive
the
hair.
worst hair I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life. I'm
no.
sorry.
I genuinely liked it. I was like, that's a strong look.
I have a better question. When he gets his family back and they're like sitting down, how does he explain the tattoo?
The tattoo.
Yeah. What have you been doing for the last 5 years? Oh, just killing everybody. Yeah.
So went through the phase, yeah.
I quite liked that it wasn't too long because I think if it had gone on too long, we might have got bored with it.
Okay.
Because when Natasha turned up, I thought, oh, they're going to do the typical, no, I'm not interested, and he's going to walk away, and then at some point he'll turn back. And actually, when they just stood there, I thought, okay, great. I'm actually quite glad they've not drawn that out.
Sure. I guess maybe I thought this was going to be Hawkeye's film more because he
Yeah.
hadn't been in the Infinity War. I thought that it was going to be. I thought it was going to be throwing it all on its head that all these huge godlike characters couldn't destroy Thanos, but then a man does.
Yeah.
But that didn't turn out to be.
Well, a man
the case.
did. An Iron Man.
Yeah, it was just a man in a suit.
It was just a man in a
Just
suit.
a rich dude.
Sometimes I really hate you and love you at the same time.
With a whole load of Infinity Stones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A suit of armour across the universe.
Right. Also, why can some people hold Infinity Stones but some
Dave,
people can't?
shut up.
There are issues.
Yeah.
There
Now,
are issues.
I think I know what you're saying because when on Vormir when Ronin when
Soul
Hawkeye
Stone I'll allow.
opens his hand and he can hold it. Yeah, but then
Power Stone.
you no mortal should be able to hold any
Hang on.
Infinity Stone.
The Hulk can hold the Time Stone as well.
Yeah.
They had the gamma. He explained about the whole.
Yeah,
the
They
gamma
tried to
thing.
explain
And they're
it.
both green.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I thought it was just the Power Stone that you couldn't.
No, I thought it was any of them.
Well, because
Yeah.
Red Skull in First Avenger holds the Tesseract and he gets transported off straight away, so
Yeah.
he can't even hold it.
Also-
Then Nick Fury can hold it in the Avengers without any problem.
I mean, Jane literally had the reality stone within her, and
It's
she
not,
didn't. I
it's
mean,
not a stone; it's kind of a
Gloopy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, in order for everything to be returned back to normal, you have to return all the stones back to where they were.
Yeah.
But the Power Stone was in the Tesseract. No, not Power. Which one was the Tesseract?
Space Stone.
Space Stone was in the Tesseract,
Yeah.
which is no longer a Tesseract, but they can put it back in as a stone.
Yep.
So that breaks the timeline as well.
leave the timeline.
Sorry.
That's what they should do.
Listen,
They have. Everyone's fucking done.
we all know that time is actually wibbly wobbly.
Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey. So
Very good, well done.
it's fine. They didn't say Doctor Who logic was out.
I think that's the point, is that they take all the stones from this point and it can go and do all this wibbly wobbly stuff.
Yeah.
As long as it ends up that they're all back there,
Yeah.
everything can just continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, when Hulk, Professor Hulk sends Ant-Man back in time, and says, "Right, I'm going to send you back for an hour. You walk around for an hour, do whatever. We'll bring you back 5-10 seconds later." So he'll be over there back in time for an hour, and it'll be 5 seconds. So basically, whilst they've taken them out of that timeline and they've done the whole rest of the film, and it's been, I don't know, a couple of days or a couple of hours, etc. So as they take them back to exactly when they took them, they've been gone for like a second. Because you've got time travel, you can do that. You've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, but what I was saying was the Tesseract is a cube. It's a big thing you hold in your hand, but it contains a stone, and they had to break the Tesseract in order for it to get the stone.
Maybe there's
And
a
in
door inside of it.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
Yeah,
Tony Stark figured out the trick to open it without having to crush it. You know, Thanos
because
is
he
a bit of
probably would.
he's a blunt instrument, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
but-
not exactly Mr. Delicate. So
Tony Stark can figure out time travel in 5 minutes, so he can probably figure out how
he
to
can
open
figure
the
out how to build a
Tesseract.
Tesseract in two.
All right, I'll shut up and sit back in my box. That's fine.
Sit back in your cube.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
I think we might have. Have we done it?
Have we talked it to death? Have we rated? Well, let's rate the film. We've done the one road review. What do you guys think? Do you want to rate the film?
2 thumbs up from me.
2 thumbs up from Chris.
All of the thumbs.
All of
the
the thumbs
thumbs.
from Nicola. Guys, you want to rate it? What do you
All
think?
the thumbs, same here.
All the
Jazz
thumbs.
hands.
Jazz
No,
hands.
jazz hands.
Dave, I don't think you're going to give it all the jazz hands and all the thumbs, are
The
you?
time
If you
travel is
take the
really
time
sticking
travel
with me.
out, though.
Yeah, if I time travel to a point where I would have used 2 thumbs, then I would have
But
done
what
that.
if you might not have had thumbs then?
How
So
many thumbs have I got?
It's going to be like this for a month now.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
all I'm going to get
Brilliant.
for the next month.
just text us whenever you have an existential crisis about it. All right, it's fine.
No, I did really enjoy it. So 4.5 out of 5. I think.
I thought you could go out of 10 then. I was just to push you off the sofa.
Can you do it anyway? Because that would be pretty funny.
Yeah, but I would be on the sofa and off the sofa at the same time, depending on what time I'm
I'm
on.
gonna fucking know.
Luke?
I did really enjoy it. I thought.
Oh,
it
he
was
looked at me because he knows he's gonna annoy me.
No, I'm not going to annoy you. There's a very fitting end, and I enjoyed the film. It's probably not my favourite MCU film, but I
Oh, that's
loved it.
fine. You can say that.
Yeah, I think that's.
I'll allow that.
that I would completely echo that. I think Winter Soldier is still my
Yeah,
favourite,
Winter Soldier's my favourite.
and I
still.
think it is far better than Infinity War. But yeah, I really loved it. I really enjoyed it.
That's your out of 10 review?
Yeah,
Loved
yeah.
it and really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
that's my out of 10.
So
really,
out of 5 then, because you did out of 10 there. So
Yeah.
I'll do out of 5. I'll say it's 5. Out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Perfect film.
For me, I thought it was the absolutely best ending of those characters that we could have hoped for. Yeah, loved it.
So, right, for it to not be 5 out of 5 is the fact that it's not the ending for those characters.
Okay, but yeah, fine, but it definitely is for
Yeah, for some of them, yeah.
for Tony.
Yeah.
Probably for Cap.
Yeah.
I've just thought of something as well, by the way. Over 2 films, we've seen Thanos die 4 times. So Infinity War, Gamora stabbed him in the neck and killed him, but he didn't really die.
No.
And then Thor stabbed him in the chest and probably would have killed him, but he didn't really die. And then in this film, he got his head chopped off and then he got snapped.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive, really, for one character to die 4 times across 2 films.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Good.
It's Tom Cruise like in Day After Tomorrow.
Well, it's almost Loki like, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was getting a bit ridiculous, though, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah. Oh, I know we finished, but I love that they threw in another one of him pretending to be Cap.
yeah. That was
That made me giggle.
That was very good.
Was it worth the 11 years?
100%. I'd do it. If I knew, even if I didn't, I'd go back and do it again.
Yeah.
Go back in time,
100%.
do it again.
Oh
Let's
dear.
record it before we actually record the
There's a headlock happening.
Love hug.
We'll probably say at this point as well, but we'll say it on our own podcast as well. Obviously, there's a competition that we're giving away all sorts of cool things. What we're giving away: pop vinyls and comic books and
All the stuff.
more
All
pop
the stuff.
vinyls
All the
and
stuff.
other stuff. And yeah, you'll need to listen to each podcast to figure out how to enter and how to win. Great, I'm done.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm looking at you when I'm saying this.
Why am I ending
You're not
this?
the boss of me.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Can I just make one point?
Yes, Nicola. Yes.
They could have solved everything if Thanos just made like half the population infertile.
Yeah.
Or just double the resources.
Or
Double the resources. That's all it. Oh, there we go.
He's a madman. He does what he wants.
Doing the snap didn't change anything because he wiped out all of life, half of life. So all the animals gone as well, all plant life was gone.
Yeah, because that's how Ant figures
Half of
out.
it.
Ant-Man, yeah.
That's how Ant-Man figures out it's worked because the birds are back.
So you wipe out. So it's the same ratio.
Yeah.
But then
So it's
presumably those birds are killed again when the big torpedoes fire down.
Yeah.
He's such an idiot, Thanos, isn't he? What an idiot.
He is a dick.
What
Yeah.
a jerk.
On that note.
Yeah, on that note.
So that was our review. That was our podcast. We had
was
a
great.
great time. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. I mean, just between you and me, Ben, in the room now. Thoughts now that you've had some time to ruminate, to brew on it.
I mean, it's fantastic. I want to see it again because I've only seen it the once.
Yep.
I do feel like the plot is in areas overly complicated, but they try and simplify it to the best of their ability, and they do a damn good job.
Yeah.
But I think if a kid went in to watch this film, or you went to watch this film and you didn't have a grounding in the Marvel Universe, the MCU,
Yeah.
you might not get as much out of it if you'd seen everything leading up to it, and maybe you're a little bit older and you had a sort of an idea of the concept of time travel. Shit, spoilers. You shouldn't be listening to this if you
The whole thing's spoilers.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with your friend of mine, Carl, earlier today.
Okay,
and we're supposed to be talking work stuff.
Colleague of ours, yes.
Yeah, and the first thing he said was, "So, did you enjoy it?" So he didn't want to talk about work at all. He was just wanting to talk about Avengers. And we were talking a bit about, how there maybe was some like silly plot holes and things, but generally speaking, we loved it. And he was like, "Yeah, but it's time travel. That's all made up and silly anyway, so it doesn't matter." I was like, that's a really good attitude to have toward it. It really doesn't matter. It's really fun.
Okay, one thing I've just been... I talked to someone about at work actually earlier on as well. Has Captain America broken the rules that they set out in that film?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The whole film's broken each other's rules. It's like it drew a box and then just went outside of it. And
Okay,
but
that's fine.
That's fine.
I've got absolutely no idea where they go from here because the timeline is all over the place.
But just don't mention it again.
Yeah, they could do that, yeah. It doesn't work anymore because, I don't know, something's wrong with...
Actually, I think they fixed it. There's no Infinity Stones anymore, is there?
Well...
There aren't any.
Sure.
They're gone.
Yes, because they all went back into the timeline and Thanos destroyed them all when Cap returned them.
That's a brilliant
but then
idea.
Cap stayed in the past.
Don't overthink it.
I'm scratching the surface.
There are no Infinity Stones, therefore this can't happen again. They've wrapped it up.
They've wrapped up the Infinity Saga, yes, correct, yeah.
Good.
What do you think they're going to do next?
Doctor Strange 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, or Far From Home, Eternals, possibly a Black Widow movie, but I don't know how they're going to do that.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Or as
Loki,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Loki TV show, Falcon and
the Winter
Soldier, WandaVision. That's what I think they're going to do next.
Okay,
That's
good.
probably enough stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think WandaVision might be their version of the Vision comic book that Tom King did a couple of years back? Because if that's the case, that will be amazing. And I don't even think you've read that, have you?
I haven't. No,
Oh my God, it's so good. Sorry.
It's fine.
Good.
So we had a great time both watching the movie and hanging out with those really, really fantastic folks. I hope you guys listened. I hope you listened. I did hope you listened, but I hope you enjoyed listening as well. And I hope you got a sense of how much we enjoyed the experience as well.
And how much fun we had together. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Although the Airbnb, the apartment, whilst it was a lovely, spacious apartment, we couldn't open any windows.
No.
And it got really warm in there on the Friday night. Didn't
Yeah.
it? Really warm.
Yeah.
But it might be with the amount of alcohol and pizza I'd consumed as well.
Cards Against Humanity and Avalon were good and bad choices.
We are going to do a podcast one day on Avalon and all the permutations of that game because it is amazing. This means nothing to anyone. I'm going to stop talking.
It's a board game. Everyone should enjoy board games. If you don't know anything about board games, get in touch and we'll start talking to you about it because we know a little bit, tiny bits, and we enjoy them.
Chatting, and I'll direct you to Nate. Right. So just that new Twitter account which we're going to set up. By the way, again, it will be at We Have Geekstalking on Twitter. Okay. If you can't find it, just come through to us and we'll let you know.
Yeah, it will be linked everywhere, and the other podcasts will be linked everywhere. Hopefully, you've listened to them already.
Yeah.
So
by the time this goes online, it will be. I think it's going on Thursday, right?
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah,
sure, fine, whatever. Or it's not, or it's online already and it's not Thursday.
Yeah.
Or
Have
we've
you
time
traveled? Oh my God, we're of one mind. Great, thank you very much for listening, everybody, and we will speak to you. You will hear from us. I'm not on the ball today.
I think probably the next time they hear from us, it's going to be a Game of Thrones season 8 wrap up.
Yeah.
It might be something before that. We'll see.
We'll do something before that. We need to do a time travel podcast. We've been talking about doing a time travel podcast
Well, you're
for a
going
while.
on holiday soon, aren't you?
That's true, I
you're
am.
Hollywood and going abroad and oh god, and JB, goodness knows where he's been at the moment.
Kid Doctor.
Right, of course.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye. Bye.